For more Tennessee Titans videos, all you guys have to do is subscribe. We're going to have them coming out all throughout the season and, of course, the off-season as well. We're free, by the way. All you have to do, hit the big red button right now. Could Cam Newton sign with the Tennessee Titans? The former NFL MVP is now a free agent, and there has been massive speculation about where Newton could go for his next stop in the NFL. Does Tennessee, though, make sense? Newton is not what he was in his prime. That is just the reality of the situation right now for Cam Newton. He is no longer that MVP caliber player. But as a high-end backup in a league that does not have very many of them, Newton does make some sense, if, of course, he's willing to do that role, and if his vaccination status is not a concern for teams like Tennessee. Now, on the negative side here, I think the passing numbers are quite indicative of what Cam Newton is at this point. I think he can be a little bit better than what he was in New England, and he still offers plenty of ground game ability, and you know that the arm strength and would fit much better with Julio Jones, who allegedly has always looked look forward to playing potentially with Cam Newton. So, hey, maybe that could be a fit. But make no mistake, this is Ryan Tannehill's job. He's the starter in Tennessee, and Cam Newton, with what he is at this point in his NFL career, is not taking that job away from him. This is Tannehill. He is the starter and has totally changed the offense versus what it was with, say, Marcus Mariota, for example. That difference is substantial, and I think Ryan Tannehill gets overlooked too much. I think it's great evidence as to why he is a critically important piece of this Tennessee Titans team. It's the backup, though, that makes me go, you know what, maybe you could do better. Is Logan Woodside really someone who's going to be able to shoulder the load and be able to handle running the offense if Tannehill were to miss a significant period of time? Yeah, I'm not so sure. So if I'm Tennessee, I would view Cam Newton as a big upgrade over Logan Woodside. If the money is right, which I think it will be because we're in September, and if it ends up being a situation where Newton's vaccination status makes him a fit for Tennessee. That would have to be cleared as well. But I've got interest. I think it makes a lot of sense as a destination. What do you guys think, though? Would you sign Cam Newton? Why for yes and for no? Is this going to be the breakout year for defensive tackle Jeffery Simmons? And I'm talking major breakout, becoming one of the best players at his position in the NFL. Simmons is an immensely talented player, and I don't believe that his statistical output has matched his impact on the field. As a bit of a nerd, and I think Titans fans would agree, Simmons is so gifted, so talented. I think that the statistical production will match up with what he has done on the field. You see 3 sacks, 5 tackles for loss last year. Those don't look like, wow, this is one of the premier defensive linemen in the NFL. But I do believe that's what Jeffery Simmons is. I think he is that caliber of player in the NFL, and I think after this year, the national recognition from people beyond Tennessee or the film nerds will agree with that. Simmons, I would argue, is the best player on this entire Titans defense, and even though I like Danico Autry, he is the best player on the Titans defensive line in this more 3-4 front that Tennessee likes to utilize. I think Simmons is better than Danico Autry. He's definitely better than Tyir Tart as well. I think that the level of play that we'll see from Simmons this year is going to be very impressive. I am all in on Simmons becoming a true top 5, top 3, top whatever you want to rank him, interior defensive lineman in the NFL. Maybe even having a Leonard Williams-esque breakout in terms of the statistical production. That's how good I think Simmons can be in the NFL. I think that the talent level is there. I just don't think it's been matched up so far with the statistical production. So in the near future, I think this is the year that Simmons truly has a very impressive breakout 2021 campaign. The quarterback hits, the pressure numbers, all that stuff is there. That's just not showing in the normal raw statistical output. But I think this season, this is the season in which Simmons, I think, doubling at minimum those 3 sacks, 5 tackles for loss. As long as the supporting cast around him ends up being a little bit better, I think that's going to be the case for Simmons, that level of production is going to take a major step forward. So predict for me, how many sacks do you think Jeffery Simmons will end up having this season? Is it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, heck, maybe even 10? Get your votes in for me right now in the comments section.